Namaste, my name is Manju Kaira and today I am here to speak a little about positive conditioning and its impact on human behavior. I would like to dive a little deeper on how conditioning works on our behavior and our entire life. So, conditioning is like accumulated on us over a period of time. So, this is like how we have data entry on our computers. So, this is like right from our childhood, we have so many informations coming into us. So, these all conditioning act as our reflexes and responses to our life as we move in ahead. So, the real test of how we have worked or how our conditioning is working is when we face challenges and adversities. So, why adversities? Because everyone can conduct well when the situations are favorable. But the real test is when the heaven is coming crashing down and you don't know what to do. So, that is the time when you actually respond from your subconscious and you take flashcards and memories and information to reflect to those situations, to handle the situation. And how well you are able to handle those situations is actually how well your conditioning has been done. Standing here, I feel an extremely strong urge to share a small story of a little girl who thought she would make big someday. So this, while personal stories can be compelling, but this is not about my life story, but the lessons that I derive from it. So this is about a girl who is from a very small village in Uttarakhand, born beside the Gomti river by the cremation ground. Now you all must be wondering who would live by the cremation ground. Certainly somebody who do not have enough resources to live where majority of the population lives. So while her childhood was marred with poverty, putting basic food on the table was a huge challenge for her parents. Despite all the setbacks, the values that she received from her parents, especially her father, was invaluable. When financial constraint led them to eat on banana leaves, her father framed it as health benefits and an eco-friendly choice. So this is how her father was conditioning her to look at the positive side of the situation rather than lamenting on what was lacking. This is what I call conscious parenting. I don't know if the father was aware of what he was inculcating in his children, but surely he knew that his children are always watching him and they are learning from what is happening around them. So I am that girl from Uttarakhand, Manju Kaira. So while personal stories can be really compelling, I would further elaborate that dropping out of the university, early marriage and motherhood at 21 did not stop me from pursuing my dream ahead. I was looking up to my father always as an ideal. He was an orphan, and being an orphan from a very small town in Uttarakhand to become an international chef in the United Kingdom, it was a very huge setup for me to grasp all what he was trying to download in me. But as we all know, I mean, many of people who are in India and come from a very small town, we all know what poverty looks like. But if the positive conditioning is there, if you are raised in awareness like my father did, I think we can do great things. So I resumed my education at the age of 33. I enrolled to the college. I resumed my education at 33. I took my master's degree in psychology, and at 41 to today, I'm an internationally published author and life coach. While coaching parents and children, I often come across that there is a lot of friction and disagreement that is happening amongst the parents and children, and my heart weeps. I wonder, where did all this start? And why is it all happening? Because as I was raised to make everything aware and to see things as they are, so I don't think so it should be difficult for parents and children to create a rapport if there is honesty. So what is missing most of the times to have this friction is having a straightforward talk or being honest to your children. So upon digging deeper, I got to know that there are two major reasons why as to these frictions and disagreements are happening amongst the children. The one is the shaming and comparing technique, and the other is the bribing and blackmailing, what I call is. So any kind of shaming or comparing, it's just like comparing one child to the another. It's as bad as you compare one parenting technique to the other parent. And certainly, as we will not like it and we will reflect negatively to such kind of comparison, so how do we expect that our children will be reflecting positively to this comparing technique? And the second is feeling ashamed when parents are not able to provide something to the children or decide to not provide to their children for the right reasons. And it is okay, because I believe we can have, as a family, we can have our own rules, regulations and limitations. This is what I learned from eating on the banana leaf. And I believe that we as family can have our own ecosystem, and only thing that can make this smooth is being honest at every given situation. The second one is the blackmailing and bribing technique, which is I believe that eventually we all become corrupt that way, and we are teaching this to our children from a very early age that corruption is fine. So let me come to the technique. So we all do this. We say, okay, clean your room and do your homework and I'll give you an ice cream. And this is clear bribing and corruption. Or if you do not do this work or that work, I will take away your phone. So this is threatening and blackmailing, and as adult, I believe if this is done to you or me, we will be calling the cops. So if this is wrong for us, it is wrong for our children too. So upon the conditioning journey and what I have experienced in my life and how I was raised, I chose this profession of being a life coach because I feel there is we have put a lot of hype on life coaching. This is a very, very simple way of living. If we are organic, if we are honest, if we are truthful, and if we lay the foundation that no matter what, we will accept the child as it is, and I think there will be no conflicts and no frictions. Most of the times we have seen that we try to preach our children, now do this, now do that, and our children do not want to listen to it because they see us behaving in contrary. So we need to set this table of equality of values for all of us. So on my closing note, I would only say that our children are very, very wise. We try to think that they don't know anything. We believe in our heads that they need to learn a lot of things. If they need to learn a lot of things, I think we need to behave too well, because values are not taught, they are inculcated, and our children are always watching us. So we better be a good influence. Thank you for your time. Happy parenting.